In the early days, we would make sales, and it was tight going for quite a few years. Somebody mentioned tents at some point to me. I'm not sure who, a customer maybe. So I started drawing up a little tent, figure it out, that this would be like making a spinnaker, which is a sail. I'm big on curves, lines, and I liked it, but it was missing something. A pennant on the end of a piece of bamboo. That was basically the start of the tent business.
And I remember the early days when it was my dad and one other woman that was stitching sails in a drafty old sail loft. Yeah, we've come a long way since Dad started this way back in the 70s.
Timmy came by before they sailed around the world and asked if could set tents up. Well, yeah.
I knew I didn't want to sit behind a desk. That idea was reinforced spending 2.5 years sailing around the world.
I think Maddie one day said, "Can I buy a part of this business?"
That was what brought about the fabric architecture side, where we brought on the wood shop and the metal shop and the fabric shop, and we started to be able to fabricate, whatever we could dream up. We've had to build more and more, and there are now thousands of these things out there. Even though they're two separate businesses, we've been very close. We build them and they get moved on to Tim and his crew, who then distribute them and put them up.
They're dependable these days, very dependable, and they're really quite beautiful, I think.
A lot of what makes them so unique has to do with all of that hand stitching and craftsmanship and all the training that goes into how we really want them to look.
But it's really who we are. We have no interest in making a tent out of plastic. We grew up raised by a father who dragged logs out of the woods and milled them all up and made a house.
Probably easier ways to do that.
Okay, old thing.
From the beginning, and the original design with the graceful lines and different height center poles. All that is still pretty traditionally done because I think we feel like that's part of the look. People love it.
Now and then, they'll have a question for me, and I get to have lunch with them from time to time. We talk business.
Pretty great feeling to be a part of a very close-knit family operation.
I can feel it right here as I sit. There's nothing like those moments.
So what's next for Sperry Tents?
That's mostly up to them. I just get to watch, which is fine with me. Yeah.